fracture of right cheekbone, contusions to both eyes and nose, laceration of lips and inside mouth. But, sister, what about his head?
Traffic got coping, you say?
Yes, Sarge.
Right, Reg, you'd better go and get refreshments then.
Sir.
What about me, Sarge? I'm supposed to have finished.
Okay, if you can bear to be parted from it.
I can.
Quiet?
It's been one of those mornings, sir, when the entire population seemed to need us, with and without justification.
Well, I'm out on an inquiry, but it shouldn't take too long.
Right, sir.
Oh, there's that hospital report on the lad Francis Webb.
No names yet?
No. Says he was with the Brices, but he won't say who hit him.
Ah.
It's like the neighbours. A fight that time of night. Noise running from one end of the street to the other. They all saw it, all right. But no names.
Well, traditions die hard in Clyde Street, even though it is comparatively new.
They brought the traditions with him.
Yeah, kids grow up, make improvements, but still the old traditions. No love for the police, sense of loyalty to each other.
And fear.
Oh, yes. Oh, if your inquiries are taking you down that way, sir...
They are, yeah.
Well, Horrocks is in the canteen if you'd like me...
Oh, does me good to operate on my own now and again, Bert. Keeps me on my toes. You can get a bit rusty having a Tom Stone around to do all the dirty work for you.
Does Tom know that, sir?
No. Oh, Bert, if you were going to lift one of the Brices for questioning, which one would you choose?
Well, they're all pretty hard, sir.
Yes, but separated.
Well, taken away from his brothers, I'd say Eric. Newtown Police, yes? Missing from home, yes? How old is she? 4, yeah? Right, we'll get somebody around there right away. What's the address again?
You smell great.
I don't see why I shouldn't go though, mate, do you?
You've got no proper invitation, have you?
Proper what?
Well, you know, Mr. and Mrs. whoever request the company of Mr. Alexander Quilley at the wedding of their... Oh, you know.
Well, there's nothing like that, mate. Sid asked me to go when I bumped into him at the match last week, that's all.
Look, I don't see any reason why I shouldn't go, but...
But what?
You're a copper, he's a villain. And never the twain shall meet, except on business. Oh, police business too, he said, ironically.
Yeah, well, Sid's a mate from way back. His mother knew my mother and all that, you know. He's helped me out a couple of times as well.
I'll tell you what, I'll have a little bet with you.
A bet?
Yeah. You ask any of the top brass, Goss, Lynch even, and they'll tell you not to go. You with me?
All right, I'll ask. Do no harm.
Yeah, well, you do that.
Little Lynch wants you, Reg.
Look, he's just told me I can have my break. It's like a flea with a flame itches, Lynch, today.
I'll have a big foaming pint for you at the wedding.
Cheers.
Gone deaf, Roman.
Newtown Police Station. Yes?
He's here, sir. To you, Sarge.
Sir, where is it?
Councillor Rolsworth.
What's he want?
He's having this argument with another councillor.
Argument?
How high off the floor spot lamps should be fixed.
Go and see if you can find the names of those two fellas hurting that pile up, will you? I made a note of them somewhere. Yes? Yes, Sergeant Lynch here. Yes, Councillor Ellsworth. You're at Rotary, are you? Yeah. What's that? How high should spot lamps be off the floor? Yeah.
Hey, what's up?
Missing kid. 42
Well, let me
Monks
see. I'm
Bridge
going to go
Road, name
back
of
to the
Susan
young
Barnes.
days.
Watch
There's
that
a very
one.
keen
Where's the kid?
cover down to
Wonderful.
that one.
Monksbridge Road, that's the back of Beyond.
Used to be 21 inches.
He doesn't want me, does he?
Yeah.
Are you finished for the day?
Yeah.
Well,
Not
I'd beat you
anymore,
before you
though,
do
no.
get involved. The place is
No,
going
no.
mad.
Oh, you haven't
Right,
had-
I'm off.
Yeah. No, it's now not less than 2
Is Mr. Goss in? Out.
That's right. 2 feet. You're welcome. Silly old bluffer. What is it about councillors and politicians that gets my back up? Smarmy, that's what it is. Smarmy. Too mitty by half. It's not natural. Did you find the names of those fellas yet?
No.
Has Horrocks gone yet?
No, Sarge, he's just getting his coat.
No, well, that's progress of a kind, I suppose. Here, let me look again.
You wait till you see him. He's a right look. He really is.
What's he been up to?
Maybe nothing.
Eric Brice is always up to something.
You know him well, do you?
I've observed him, haven't I? And his brothers.
You observe them, huh?
Well, you know, he's been using this place since nearly he could walk. Misspent youth and all that.
Well, I've always been fairly handy with the billiard cue myself. Played the game a lot. Didn't turn me into a yobber.
You played for different reasons.
How'd you make that out, Wally?
You were likely playing for the game's sake.
Got the Brices?
Not them. They and their sort play because it's a thing to play. They come here, their dad used to before he got run over. It's part of the growing up process. Nicking from Wendell's store, smoking, first pint, going down the billiard hall.
What about girls?
No, girls are something different.
Oh?
They didn't used to bother about them till they were nearing 20. Girls were soft, you see. Not now, though. They're harder than some of the lads.
They always were. Only it used not to show. You can't be married.
Only to this place. You see, I never bother about girls at all.
Thank you, Wally. Fellows like the Brices.
Yeah?
Now, they're difficult to classify. They're not criminals. They're not run-of-the-mill yobs.
But they're yobs once.
They're not now. They've grown up out of all that. But, they cause trouble.
Clyde Street. It's their territory. They run it. Good jobs there. Plenty of fiddles. Fellas like that, they're laughing.
At us.
At you, yeah.
Because people won't help. They just won't talk. But I'm in no hurry, Wally.
Hey, I bet you won't have strength to do that tomorrow, I see.
Oh, I hope not, Jeff.
Me too.
She wear you out, Sidney, before you chime, you know.
Not me.
Well, that's that sort of talk. It might help that.
I'm Eric, Mrs. Parker. He's Pete. Your eyes gone all misty, Mrs. Hank. It's a sight of losing a lovely daughter to a lecture like Sid, you know.
There we are, Alec, mate. That'll build you up for next time you're on point duty.
Well, there's not much point duty these days, mate, or haven't you heard of traffic lights?
Hey, you haven't met the missus yet, have you?
No, but she has been busy like, hasn't she?
Eileen, Alec Quilley. He's a copper, so keep it dark.
So I gathered.
Congratulations. Oh, no, I'm not supposed to say that, am I?
No, not to me. It's to him.
He's an old mate. He's a good mate.
Is he?
Well, don't sound so flaming surprised.
Can you blame me? I mean, it is a surprise, you being friendly with a copper.
I'm telling you, he's a flaming copper.
They look different out of uniform, don't they? Our dad always said that. A uniform changes a copper, he said. Puffs him up like. Our dad always said that, didn't he, Pete?
There's something about putting a billiard ball clean into a bucket. Makes you feel good.
Therapeutic.
That's the word. Therapeutic.
Like singing.
Do you sing?
Oh, not proper, but I'd like to.
Or in the bath, you mean?
No, no. I use slipper baths anyway. And I'd scare packies if I sang in there. No, walking home at night, for instance. At the Balalaica's my favourite. Good rousing tune, that. Makes you feel taller. And that can't be bad for a fella my size.
Therapeutic.
Hey? I've just remembered where Eric Brice is.
Where?
At a wedding. Sid Dean's wedding. They're holding a do at Privateer.
Clyde Street.
Their territory.
That's where I'd better be, then.
Sorry I didn't remember sooner. That's my pace. After working here for 20-odd years.
Yes, well, there's something to be said for it. Thanks for the chat, Wally.
Oh, you made a change.
You too, Wally.
What are you doing? What are you like? Look at that.
That's all right, mates. There's no real damage done.
No, one good thing about beer, it doesn't stain, does it?
No, it doesn't, does it?
Just as well, because that suit looks quite new to me, you know.
Yeah, not as new as yours looks, mate.
Oh, maybe he doesn't wear it much, you know. Well, he won't, you know, being a copper always in uniform, like.
That's one of the advantages of the job, yeah.
Aye, and the rest.
The rest?
Yeah, birds, for instance. I mean, I've seen them flocking around coppers. Comes to you looking so virile, you know.
Oh, yes.
And there's the backhanders and all, you know.
Oh, yeah, plenty of them. I haven't bothered picking up my wages for months.
Well, if you're really interested, Tom, I've got a missing kid, a warehouse fire, 2 bad accidents, and half the strength of the match.
Bully for you. How missing is the missing kid?
An hour. I don't want to start a panic if she's playing whipping top somewhere. I sent Horrocks round.
Mr. Goss?
He's going to see young Eric Brice about that wounding last night.
Nice to know everything's been attended to. I'll go and put my feet up in the out tray for now.
All right for some, eh?
I don't know why you don't try your hand at being a policeman. It's a good healthy life.
Somebody else has just said that, no.
Well, I'd say there were some snags.
Snags? Oh, you mean your past? Well, it's hardly been like the driven snow, has it?
Now, Mum, don't start. Just give it a rest for today, at least.
Well, a mother likes to think her only daughter's marrying somebody with at least a decent job.
Well, I've got a decent job.
What? Property repairing? Well, you can only work when it's fine. And how often is it fine around here?
Well, it'll give me more time to be at home with Eileen,
And
won't
then
it?
what'll happen? In next to no time she'll be expecting another mouth to feed.
Well, it'll have a good grandma.
Oh, don't think you'll be palming your kids off on me. You're big enough and old enough to support him yourself.
Hell,
What's up?
only me boss, that's all.
What's he want? We've got an extension.
It's turning into a right coppers convention as this, you know.
Sir?
What are you doing here?
I'm a guesser.
You're a guest. I see.
Mrs. Parker, the landlady, the daughter Eileen, Sid Dean, the groom, Inspector Goss.
It's a funny time to be dropping in, Inspector.
Oh, Eric Brice, I believe he might be a guest as well.
He's over there.
Well, I won't make any trouble, Mrs. Parker.
Do you want me with you, sir?
No, Quilley, you stop as you are.
Well, I'll
A
come
guest.
with you. I want no trouble here, today of all days. Police at your wedding, I warned you.
Hey-o.
Eric Brice?
I'm Eric Brice,
He's Eric, all right.
Eric Brice. I'm making inquiries into an assault on a man named Francis Victor Webb in Newtown last night. I believe you can help me.
Not me.
And I'd like you to come down to the station with me just to talk about it.
I said not me.
I want no trouble, none. Do you hear that, Peter?
Off with you, Eric.
But I'm enjoying this,
Come on,
innit?
off with you, lad. Like I'm always telling you, don't do a thing to you. As long as you keep your mouth shut.
We'll go then, shall we?
But I've done no Pete, honest.
Don't worry, he's thick, is Eric. He's right thick.
Bully. Sir?
I wish she'd never set eyes on you, Sid Dean.
She's not over fond of me, my mother-in-law.
No?
Have you met Jean?
Jean?
One of the bridesmaids.
I've seen her, I think, but I haven't had a chat with her, no.
Well, come on and meet her then. Well, come on, she won't eat you. And she might even get you to smile again. Remember, this is a wedding.
Look, no thanks, Eileen. I'd better be pushing off. I've had a busy day and I'm on earlys tomorrow, so...
She's a cracker, is Jean, mate. Do you know, I proposed to her first, as a matter of fact, but she turned me down.
Only because I threatened to smash her face in. Come on, Alec, please.
Well,
Please.
all right, you've twisted me out.
Good. Come on.
You enjoying it,
Yes. Interview room free?
Yes, sir.
Follow your nose, Brice.
You know, for a Saturday afternoon, Mr. Goss is doing more running around than Georgie best.
Right, sit yourself down.
But I've done nothing. I've hardly stirred out of the house for a week. I've had this bone, you see, as big as a plate.
Then how did Francis Victor Webb come by a broken cheekbone and other facial injuries? And serious head injuries, if you've been home all week.
Head injuries?
Mm-hmm.
How serious?
Well, who knows, with a tricky part of the body like the head.
I don't know what you're on about.
Oh, come off it, Eric. He says he was with you.
Did he say I did it?
No. But he says you're always picking on somebody.
Then it's his word against mine, isn't it?
Well, there could be some other witnesses.
There aren't. Otherwise he'd have said so. I'm not that dude.
That's your story then, is it? You had a boil, never been out.
Yeah.
What about your brothers?
Well, they was in too.
Well, there have been quite a few beatings up in the Clyde Street area lately. It doesn't look like robbery, nor revenge. Just beating up for the sake of it.
It's a dodgy place.
Yeah. And I suppose you and your brothers were indoors when those other incidents happened?
I expect so.
Oh, yeah?
We don't go out much, like.
No.
Just for the odd beer, you know.
Mm. That's an expensive suit.
Not bad.
Bit of a waste, though.
You are?
Paying good money for a suit if you never go out.
I wanted to wedding once.
Oh, you bought it for the wedding, did you?
Of course not. Me and my brothers were earning good money. We can afford good clothes.
To strut around Clyde Street and George's Street.
You what?
Show strength from the Brices, so the neighbours will learn not to talk.
Our neighbours are friends.
Are they?
We all work for a living. They're friends. Perhaps coppers don't have any. Can I go then?
Sorry. See, first of all, we have to find out just how serious Francis Victor Webb's head injuries are. If they should turn out to be very serious, I shall have to start getting very serious with you, Eric. Bowman?
Sir?
Get some company, will you? I've got a phone call to make the Royal Free Hospital.
Coughed, has he, sir?
Not as yet, no. I'm trying a bit of psychology, so if Eric should happen to ask, you know nothing about Webb's injuries. The magistrate's had one of his golfer Germans, has he, Tom?
Yeah, I got the Lindsay case back to Monday. Couldn't face a special court, if you ask me.
Oh, that man's getting faster.
You picked up one of the Brice boys?
Yes, Eric. Only he's acting up a bit. I've left him to sweat it out.
Unusual. I've had Eric admitting things he never did.
I lifted him at a wedding. Sid Dean's. Reception at the privateer.
Sid Dean, he's one of the Clyde Street fraternity, isn't he?
Quilley was a guest.
What?
Quilley was a wedding guest.
What did you say to him?
Well, what could I say? There.
You like her then, the missus?
Yeah, she's great. Good looking with it too, mate.
I've done all right, haven't I? If only I could do something with her mother.
What, like using her to start up a dog food factory?
I'd go bust. Dogs wouldn't touch her.
I should just run a pub, mate, which can't be bad. And there's another thing.
What?
Mothers-in-law are very common. I'm wondering what Jean's mum's like.
Got no idea. But I'll tell you what her husband's like.
Husband?
Oh, he's big. Even his hairs have muscles.
Yeah, now he tells me.
Afternoon, Constable. You make a lovely bridegroom, Sidney.
I don't know. I reckon our Sid's a bit too dark complexion like to be lovely, you know. Swarthy is our Sid.
Oh, swarthy, eh?
Yeah, well, you're no oil painting, mate.
What? Well, I put on my best gear, haven't I?
Oh, that's what it is.
Hey, come to your wedding.
I've given up a match for you, you know.
Yeah, well, you're mates, aren't you?
All right, like him has just left.
Oh, come on now, Jeff.
It's them and us, you know.
What are you talking about?
Them and us.
Look, don't talk wet. You know, I've known Alex since
He's
I was
still
a
a
kid.
flaming copper.
Give it a rest. We're supposed to be enjoying ourselves, you know.
Yeah, that's right. It's my wedding day.
This is wedding day.
Yeah.
What time?
You've been our good luck charm. You know, like a chimney sweep's supposed to be.
Oh, I am a chimney sweep. Well, you got to do something on nights.
Shouldn't you be busy fancying Jean?
Not anymore, no.
Why? Even I think she's a smasher, and that's praise coming from another woman.
Yeah, and what about a big husband?
Husband? Jean hasn't got a husband, big or little.
My sister said that...
Oh, he's pulling your leg. You know what Sid's like.
Oh.
Eileen, I think your Sydney's had one over the 8 down here.
Sid?
He's lying face down in the cludgy out there.
On a tile floor, too.
Anyway, I had a look around the house. Kid's not there. I've looked under the beds everywhere.
In the loft?
Yeah, I looked there too.
Parents?
You had a word.
And?
Won't rule them out.
Good.
But the kid's a little chatterbox, you know. She's done this sort of thing before, been down with a neighbour.
Yeah, and turned up after a couple of hours, I know.
Anyway, look, here's a full description, list of all the neighbours, relatives, school friends, 12 in all. Okay?
Right, I'll get the pandas to try them.
Right, so.
Bert? Nothing from in there?
No, sir, why were you
Well, I thought
expecting
Eric Brice might have sent word he wanted to see me. Well, if he does.
Perhaps Brice has never heard of psychology, sir. You tell police? Yeah. Where? Your privateer, public house.
I warned her. Not once, 100 times. I said marrying him would bring trouble, and it has. But she's still in her wedding dress.
Look, you can hardly blame Sid for what happened, Mrs. Parker.
Well, of course I blame him. It's happened because he's what he is. Do you think respectable lads get knocked about at the wedding receptions, do you? Well, do you?
Well, no.
And what did you do to stop it? Call yourself a policeman? You're a kid. That's all, a kid. Well, I'd better get up to hospital with Eileen. See, it's all right.
Reg?
Quite a wedding. All right, Tommy Kelly, do.
You could say that, huh?
Who was attacked?
Sid Dean.
You see anything?
Not enough.
Did anybody see anything?
No.
Same old story, eh?
Well, who's guest were you at this wedding?
Sid Dean, Sarge.
Was he a relative?
No, he's just a pal.
I see. Well, Mr. Goss will want to speak to you about this, obviously.
Yes, Sarge.
So, hang around, eh?
Sarge.
So you went to Sid Dean's wedding?
Yes. As a guest. Well, it's not a crime, is it?
Oh, yes, it is.